Before the learned attorney had a meeting with the officials, I also had a meeting with the officials. And at the official level, my lord, they also agree that it needs a relook.
A relook.
They are also, my lord, responsible, and they say that needs a relook. But as Lord, a little more deliberation before assuring your lordships or before making any commitment, my lord, would be needed.
One way which we can do is that we can just presently, suppose if we rise for about 15 minutes to a half an hour, maybe you can talk to the secretary and the minister. And if you can give us a small statement, we can take it on the record, which does not bind you, because when you say you're having a relook, it doesn't mean you're changing the law. You may have a relook and say, no, we go by the present law. We don't want to change it. So various options are open to you, and those options are absolutely not open to us as a court. So, the other way of doing it is that we keep it for tomorrow. They can tell us.
But we can try and
You come back and tell us tomorrow.
that's the difficulty would be, my lord, just practical difficulty. The secretary, my lord, will be able to talk to in all probability. But cabinet is going on, my lord, and cabinet generally is a very deliberative process. It takes 3 to 4 hours, my lord. Everyone participates. So minister may not be approachable right now. But we can respond, my lord, by tomorrow.
Or we can say we can pass a short order right now, saying that we had requested the Attorney General to assist us on this. The Attorney General has said that given us a note which says that the notifications were not an acceptance by the government, but in implementation of the government, because you're bound under Article 141. That at the same time, we have requested the government to take a holistic view of the matter. And because apart from the fact that, the interpretation of law is involved, there may be various other issues of the social impact if the position of the position as it obtains in Mukund Devangan is reversed and is disturbed after having held the field for 6 years. And there are various considerations which obviously are of a policy nature which have to be looked into by the government. Namely, one, the interest of having people who are duly qualified in the interest of road safety and the public interest of other users of roads and highways.
Very true.
Two, at the same time, looking at the evolving nature of the transport sector, what would be in the best interest of the nation going forward. And three, balancing the social impact of any change in the position of law which has been laid down in Devangan. And therefore, we would very much appreciate if the government reflects on all these issues, which are of a policy nature, which fall within the domain of the government and not really the court, and apprise us of what way forward the government would intend to do. So we will not take a call right now, but we'll just flag these issues so that you can go to the government and to the cabinet with our short order, which might.
I think that would be in order. That would be in order.
If we are silent completely, government and the cabinet may say that what is it that is weighing with the Supreme Court? What are we to do actually right now? So we will not say whether Devangan is right or wrong. We'll not give our mind on that at all, because that's a small thing. The legality is a small thing. We are worried about the.
I mean that's how I looked at it primarily. That because quite a few issues which were not present in the mind of the government when they issued the notification.
Right. And now Learned Solicitor also says that perhaps at the official level there is some feeling that
they also say that it needs a.
And the sector is evolving so much. Because now having, you have these crisscross highways across the country now, I mean, we need to look at it, perhaps the position as it obtained when the law was enacted is radically different now.
Yes. And there was a committee also, my lord. We went through the committee's report, but nothing much, my lord, turned out which can assist your lordship. It will have to be holistic, fresh law. You were told by the officers that it needs a relook. Time. Our freedom of speech is curtailed. during the meeting with the learned attorney also, the officers shared the same thing, that it needs a relook. So that at official level, there is no dispute or difficulty.
Right.
It
It might be
requires to
also-
be a holistic relook.
Also, it's much better that, these issues are settled for the country at a policy level by the government, rather than us looking at it as a pure issue of interpretation. Because if it were, I mean, that's the easiest thing in the world for us. We have heard the other side, we're almost at the end of the arguments, but
That's right.
we're just worried about, other issues and perhaps in the interest of the sector as a whole, that there has to be some, considered regulatory response. So, emergency, we can always wait for another 3 or 4 months and.
Yes.
So, Mr. Devrath, all of you on this side,
Lordship
Anita,
has
you feel that Mr.
Lordship
Noy?
has pointed certain issues. One more issue, my lord, I just want to add. The safeguards are provided in different state rules and acts. In this, following Mukund Devangan and the provisions of the act. And they actually take
We
care
don't
of.
say that there will be state rules, etc. I
Yes,
mean, it's
yes,
not
state
like,
rules.
you have a uniform
Yes.
structure across.
We have put on record the Karnataka and Kerala also, which puts all these drivers at par at
That's
the.
on merits.
Milord,
Fair enough. That let the government.